Okay, so I'm hoping my pen has enough juice to get through this example. So I wanted to do this a little bit separately. These ones are a little bit more complicated. So this is find the range of the possible values of x below. So I know that the sum of two sides of a triangle is less than the measure of one side of a triangle is less than the sum of the other two sides. So I have three possibilities that I could write. I know that the distance from t to v would be less than the distance from t to u plus the distance from u to v. I know that the distance from t to u would be less than the distance from u to v plus the distance from t to v. And lastly, I know the distance from u to v would have to be less than the distance from t to v plus the distance from t to u. So we're going to do this one first. So t to v. So I know 2x plus 3 is less than 6x minus 11 plus 3x minus 1. So I have 2x plus 3 is less than 9x minus 12. Subtract 2x, 3 is less than 7x minus 12, add 12, add 12, 15 is less than 7x, x has to be greater than 15/7, okay, which is like 2 point something. Okay, so that's my first thing. So then I do from t to u. So I also know 6x minus 11 is less than 3x minus 1 plus 2x plus 3. So 6x minus 11 has to be less than 5x plus 2. Subtract 5x. Okay. Negative 11 is less than 5x, or like negative 11. I don't know how solving works. This is a confusing problem. You guys don't need me making that mistake. X minus 11 is less than 2. I add 2. I add 2. I know x has to be less than 4. And lastly, I do this one from u to v. So we have 3x minus 1 is less than distance from t to v, which is 2x plus 3. And the distance from t to u, which is 6x minus 11. So that's the last possible scenario. Because we don't know what x is, so we don't really know what these sides are. So that's going to be 8x, and then negative 11 plus 3 is going to give me negative 8. I'm going to subtract 3x from each side. So I have negative 1 is less than 5x minus 8. I add 8. Add 8, it's going to be 7 is less than 5x, divide by 5, divide by 5, x has to be greater than 7/5 as well. So I'm going to just write a little number line. I'm going to just draw a little number line here to figure out what my answer is for this particular problem. So I have 15/7, which is about 2.1, okay? And I know that my x value has to be bigger than that, okay? I also have 7/5, my x value, so is 1.4. I know my x value has to be bigger than 1.4. And then I have this one here. I know my x value has to be less than 4. Okay? And so what I look at is between what values does my x value have to be in? Well, it has to be greater than 4 and it has to be greater than 2.1. So, I mean, if I said 2, well, 2 wouldn't work because 2 is greater than 1.4, but it's not greater than 2.1. So I know it's going to go from 2.1, and then I know my greatest value said it was less than 4. And so x has to be greater than 2.1 and less than 4. And I know that that one's super complicated, but I wanted to spend a little bit